Welcome back. Guys, do the words preventative maintenance fill you with an anxious kind of dread and a nagging feeling that you really should be doing something? Is that something cleaning and maintaining your espresso machine? I've recently started working as a service technician looking after La Marzocco equipment commercially, and if there's one thing I've learned in the short period of time I've been doing this, is if you don't look after your machine, it ain't gonna look after you. So in today's video, I'm gonna show you how to do a proper service on your home espresso machine, checking, cleaning and replacing the most important parts to keep the coffee running really well and help you brew like a boss. Welcome to Hot Froth. Today's video will be focusing mainly on Breville machines and Breville parts. However, the things I'm going to do today, the parts I'm going to replace and change, are kind of universal really to most home espresso machines. Of course, always double checking with the manufacturer's instructions. Just a little note on safety. It's probably a good idea to use gloves when using chemicals like machine cleaner and descaler. And of course, using anything chemical based, it's probably a good idea to protect the old eyeballs as well. Also, obvious as it sounds, these guys run off electricity and get very hot. So it's probably a good idea to switch it off, unplug it completely, allow the machine to cool down before you start to do anything with it. The last thing you want to do when you're having all that fun is burn yourself or someone around you. Now, where shall we start? I can't actually see out of these. A lot of home espresso manufacturers now are being very kind and they're including a lot of tools when you buy the machine. In the case of Breville, they include a blanking plug that you put inside the basket. That's for back flushing, so that builds up pressure behind it and helps clean out the three-way solenoid valve and remove any coffee buildup that might be in there. They also include a little Allen key for removing the shower screen, and then once that's off, the group seal. They also include a nice little Breville brush. These come with most of the machines, I think, now. This can be used once you've removed the old seal for cleaning the groove where it was sitting before putting the new one back in, and used day to day just to clean the group head. This little multi-tool, which is used for removing and cleaning the steam tip. And then into the mix, I'm gonna throw some picks. These are just picks, and they're used for removing the group head seal. And that's pretty much all you need. Oh, and one last thing I'll show you how to do towards the end of the video is how to back flush your home espresso machine. This is something you should probably be doing once or twice a week, depending on how much use the machine's getting. And to do it, you're just gonna need some machine cleaner tablets or powder. First job, nice quick and easy one, we're gonna clean the grinder.
Once the hopper lid's out of the way, you can unlock and remove the hopper itself, giving you access to the blades below. Lift the metal bar and use it to twist the upper burr carrier to the unlock mark, then lift it out. Give these a good clean along with the bottom burr set, and you can even vacuum it out if you want to get rid of all those loose grinds. Line up the arrows on the burr carrier and then twist to lock back in place. And then just pop the hopper back on.
Descaling. You can kind of think of it as the final boss of preventative maintenance, but because it's a chemical, even though it's food safe, it's still quite strong. I want to remove certain parts on the machine that might come in contact with it and taint the flavour or affect the performance of the machine down the track. So for example, I'm going to pull out the water filter from the water tank. I'm going to remove the shower screen seal and shower screen, and then I'll be able to descale the machine knowing that the parts I put back in, i.e. new water filter, new screen, new seal, haven't come in contact with any descaler. I've emptied the water tank and now I'm going to pull out the water filter. It comes in its own holder like this. You squeeze the two sides and inside is the cartridge that was put in when we first bought the machine, like that. That goes in the bin and I'll have a new one ready for once the service is finished. Next up, using our Allen key, I'm going to remove the shower screen and then the group seal from the group head.
The shower screen holds the seal in place, so start by removing this first. Depending on your machine, there's usually some kind of screw holding it in place. Now use a pick to remove it. It's often a lot easier than I make it look here, by the way. Depending on how often yours is cleaned, your screen might well look like this one, or maybe this one. Grab that pick again, and I find that stabbing the old seal is the best way to get it out of its groove.
Seal's still quite flexible, which is a good sign. Often, as they get hot, they get sort of stiff and crispy and they'll actually break when you're trying to get them out. This one's in quite good condition. However, I've got a new one. I'm going to change it anyway, just to make sure I'm on top of everything and the machine's running properly. Water is life. However, you've probably heard the expressions hard water, soft water. Here in Australia, we're blessed with relatively soft water. However, there are areas that have got incredibly hard water, meaning it's got a higher calcium content. Over time, those calcium deposits build up inside espresso machines and play all manner of havoc with the parts. Not only can they block little restrictors and jets and pipes, but they actually can affect the flavour of the coffee. Descaling is a process of removing all those deposits from all the internal parts of the coffee machine. Okay, now it's time to descale the machine. In the case of our Breville, we've got 120 ml of descale solution here, which I'm going to empty completely into the water tank. And then I have here 1 litre of water, which I'm also going to put into our water tank. To enter the descale mode, we're going to press down the double cut button and the power button and hold them down until the clean descale light comes on and the power button starts flashing. This is telling us the machine's warming up and getting primed, ready for a descale session. Okay, the machine's now ready for descale. The clean descale light has come on along with the hot water steam light and the 1 cut button. Just going to place a container under there to catch our descale solution and press the 1 cut button to start the process. Now that we've descaled our machine, I'm just going to put through another litre of water, just clean fresh water, no other chemicals, and that should ensure that there's no descale left inside that could contaminate the coffee coming out. So our water's coming through almost perfectly clear now, so I'm quite happy that by the time we fill that tank up and then give it a back flush, all the descale will be gone.
It's now safe to fit our new group seal, and for this machine the groove in the seal faces down, and that's actually quite helpful because it holds the screen in place while you wind in the screw. And look at that, it's all shiny new and clean.
All right team, almost there, and in fact if you want you could probably stop there. We've hit most of the components of the machine that are important and need looking at. One final thing that you should be doing periodically and probably more regularly than the service is to back flush your coffee machine. There's a 3-way solenoid valve that allows wastewater to go into the drip tray, and every time it does that, a small amount of coffee ends up in that valve. Back flushing simply forces all that build up back and gets rid of it into the drip tray. It's fairly quick and painless, quite simple to do, and the manufacturers like Breville are making it easier and easier to carry out. And once again, your machine at home will no doubt be slightly different to this one. So I'll quickly talk you through the steps of how to back flush this machine, and worst case, you'll then understand the theory of what we're trying to do when we back flush a coffee machine and apply it to your one at home. To back flush it, I need the single wall, single shot basket that came with my machine and the little rubber blanking plug that sits in there to stop any water escaping. We're going to remove the portafilter and pop the basket out, put in our single shot basket with the blanking screen, and then I'll just pop in one of these Cafetto cleaning tablets that actually sits in that little groove in the middle there. It's quite handy. There's a few variations on this theme. Most machines, especially commercially, just come with a blank basket with no holes in the back. We then put that into the machine as if we're putting a shot on. And we want to hold down the double cup, the single cup, and the power button all at the same time.
Oh, there goes that back pressure I mentioned earlier. And those beeps mean it's finished its cleaning cycle. And at this point, I like to just give everything a good old rinse. And just like that, we're all done. Your coffee machine is now serviced and ready to make delicious coffee. Guys, thanks for watching. It's always a pleasure to make these videos, never a chore. If you've liked what you've just watched and you haven't already, please do hit subscribe. It really helps the channel. Give the video a like, and you can even turn on notifications if you're feeling extra cheeky. We'll see you in the next one.